friends, it's already another month. Please, I want you to join me as I interview one of my good friends. He's called Thomas. He's going to be telling us more about time. Please feel free to watch the video till the end. Thomas is going to be telling us more about how to spend our time wisely. Please, thank you very much. Let's watch. Great. So, very interestingly, I texted my friend here seated next to me last week, and I just asked a question. I was like, "Hey, Thomas, if you were asked to have one more sense, if they all asked people to have one more sense, what could it be?" I was so fascinated by his answer. He told me, if people in the world could have a sense of time, I feel like it would make things better. And I asked him another question. I was like, of all senses that probably we could have, why do you choose the sense of time? And guess what he told me? He told me, I feel like people are not aware of the time that we have and are not aware of how to use this time. And from the findings that I did this week, I found out that actually one of the guys called Harvey, he wrote and said that time is free, yet it's priceless. We cannot own it, but we can use it. We cannot keep it, but we can spend it. And so today I'm joined by a friend of mine. Is going to be able to introduce himself to us. Yes.
Hi, my name is Thomas, and I'm a friend of Andy. I'm a teacher at a school in Karawaci.
Yeah.
And thank you for having me here.
Yeah, it's great. One of the things that I'll tell you about is we studied at the same university. He graduated last year. Yeah, so he's a senior. He's not only a friend, but he's also a senior. And so Thomas, I remember from our conversation that we had, earlier on, and this is something that I've actually had other people say.
Yeah.
Today, actually, on our way here, I was reading from one of the guys who said that time is one of those things that we cannot replace. This guy said that a business, if you lost it, you can work again and get the money. Yeah. And this guy also said if it's a problem of health, you can go to a hospital and you can be made healthy again by taking medicine. But the problem of time, we can never have the time that we lose. And so this morning, I'm really excited to have you here, and I'm here as well to learn from you, to have this sixth sense that you talked about of managing time. Yeah. Yes, please. So what is your say about time? To you, what do you see as the greatest issue that keeps eating us today in line with time?
So with time, a lot of people, they understand the value of time when it's over. Yeah. A lot of people, like what you said, they understand time as it is when they have spent it.
Yeah.
But a lot of us don't realize that even if we have spent that time or we have lost that time, we still have the time that we lost.
True. Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you a story. Okay. Before, when I got the sense of time, what I'm talking to you about is, I started running before. Before I ran, just 2 kilometers, and I ran just in 2 kilometers. I ran for like 30 minutes. I was fatter than I am today, right? Yeah. But I understood that if I want to do something more, I have to spend less time to reach 2 kilometers, right? And I started improving from just 30 minutes to 20 minutes. And eventually, by God's grace, 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But what's the takeaway from all of this? Time is very precious, and time affects our work rate.
Yeah.
It determines our success. But sometimes, a lot of the things that are good in this life, a lot of the things that are rewarding, comes from how we manage time.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people. Okay, now we talked about this, right? Yeah. Because I see this as, I achieved like 10 minutes in just 2 kilometers. Yeah. Then what? A lot of people, they just stop at that. They achieve something within a set amount of time, and that's it. But remember, what Andy said is time cannot be replaced.
Yeah.
And as we're talking right now, we are also losing time as we speak. Yeah, right here. So what should we focus on?
Yeah.
Well, the regret that we feel, or the understanding of, wow, I spent a lot of time, should help us manage the time that we have left. And I think this is something that is very important, because a lot of us, we see time that we have spent, but we don't really focus on time we have left. And if we understand the intensity, of me running that 2 kilometers, and I have the same intensity that I put for the rest of my life. I don't know how long I'm going to live, Andy, maybe two years? I'm just kidding. Maybe 30 years? I don't know, right?
Okay, let's say 75 more.
75 more. Hopefully, right? I don't want to get too old. But if we have the same amount of stress, of that amount of care that we have when I was running, I cared about timing because I wanted to be much more fit. Right? That's what I cared, right? What if we have the same amount of focus that we have for the rest of our life? Right? It will be much more rewarding, because a lot of us, we like to think what if. But what if your what ifs can be something more? Right? It's not about the money that you have. It's not about the resources that you have. It's not about how much time you have in the future, but it's about the time that you have now.
And actually, to cut you short, it's just interesting. This guy once said that, money can buy you a clock, but it cannot buy you time.
Wow. That's true.
Yeah. And when this guy said it, as like, what does this guy mean? And only to understand that, not even the money that, as I know you have heard this over and over again, people say that money, time is money.
Yes.
Yeah, what's your say on that, actually?
Time is not money, I think. Like, we think of time as money because we value it like money, Like, when we lose money, we feel bad. Likewise, when we lose time, we feel bad. But that's the thing, Time is, we don't know how much time we have left. Right? All of us, maybe when we look into our bank accounts, right? Oh, okay, this is how much money I have left, or this is how much I owe the bank. Right? But with time, you can't see time as money, because there's no limit, right? Because yes, time, we pass time, we know what happened 3 years ago, right? But still, it's not a set amount of time. It's not like we run out of time. However, we have to look at time as, what can we do with time now? Because yes, we can be very careful about what is in the future, but in the end, what happens in the future is determined by what we do today.
So if I get this right, you're saying that the future is paramount for us to plan for the future, for the time that we have in the future. However, you have an urge of what can we do with the time that is at present right now. Right? And I fully understand you, and again, from the research that I was trying to do this week, I realized that 62% across the globe, these people are people who spend time watching TV, doing these other things, playing games, with the help of internet, people get to spend a lot of their time on internet. I found out that 62% we spend our time on internet, either by browsing, by the games that you're playing online with other friends, things like that. I don't want really to say that is bad, but again, as Thomas said, that time should be looked at in the present, because actually it's the present that can help us plan for the future. If I don't plan for my time well today, how well equipped am I and thought of that I'm going to have more time tomorrow? And I like this. Again, I feel like you are rebuking me. It's part of something that I've been struggling with again. But I want you to help me and connect this to a theological interpretation, do we see time being talked about as a fundamental resource in the Bible? Maybe people would love to know about that.
Yeah. So I think the closest thing that we can tie, like theologically or biblically, with time is understanding what Jesus meant when he said the story of the talents, right?
Matthew 25.
Yeah, Matthew 25 over there. A master has 3 servants, and each servant he gives different amount of talents, right? And it's unfair for some servants. One servant gets only 1, and some has more than the other, and some has most, right? But again, the master does not look into how much you can keep, right? When we try to look at, because the story of the talents, the parable of the talents, it's not about how much you can make with what you have. It's about what do you do with the time that you're given.
Amazing. I like that statement. How much you can make with the talent, but what you can do with the time you have.
Because at the end, the master came at the same time. Right? When Jesus, no, it's not Jesus, right? That's not the master. But when the master left the servants, right, he left them with different amount of money, but still he came back to them at the same time. Right? So he did not give one the more, okay, I'm gonna come in 1 month, I'm gonna come in 1 year, and for you I'm gonna come in 2 years. But he came at the same amount of time.
Surprisingly, same time, and all these 3 guys had different results at the end of it all. Amazing. Again, as Thomas already said it, even in the Bible we get to see that time is something that is fundamental. And I like how that story actually gets to unfold, and how it gets to end when he gets to reward them. And the words that he used to I don't want to say to rebuke, but to just comment on what he had left them with. And I feel like it connects more with time. It's time to us. So Thomas, just as before we end, we are out here, and today things are changing, the world is changing, and we continue losing time, yet we have a sense of we are losing it. If there is one word that you would want to leave with the people that are watching, and probably someone could be inspired, or they could have something that they could start with, what could it be?
I think you don't need to be at a certain point in life to start really valuing time. Ironically, you just have to have what you have right now. Right? Where you are right now, no matter how rich you are, how poor you are, or maybe how uneducated you are, or maybe you're just struggling, or you're in a good part of life. All of us can start appreciating time because we all have it. Right? It doesn't matter where you are, as long as you're living and breathing, you still have time, right? So that's good news for everyone, because everyone, you have your own capacity to improve, and that means you yourself who's watching this right now, you can improve much more than where you are right now.
And the fact, I think also, just to add on that we all have the same time. And it's a gift that has been given to us by God. And just to close up, as we spend our time, there's one thing that I felt like was really important as well, to be able to be an impact to other people with our time. My angel once said that people will forget what you buy them. People will forget. They'll forget what what kind of gift that you bring to them. But they'll never forget how you make them feel. And one of the things and one of the ways we can have that is by spending some of our time with the closest people, the closest friends. I don't think that's wasting time, is it?
It's not wasting time, because like time that is spent good is not wasted. Right? We have to look at time. Why people say time is like money? Because we should appreciate time like money. You should invest your time. And who else in this world should you invest in but in your own family?
Amazing.
Right?
Great. It's been great to have you here, Thomas, again. Thomas is someone that is passionate about seeing other people grow. And Thomas, there is one thing that I also found out the other night. I was reading this book, and the guy said, education rewards us of our memory and our hard work. But life rewards us because of our discipline. And I feel like being able to manage time, to use the time, look at it as a resource and a gift given to us by God. It's a reward that we are getting because of life, and it has got to be taken up because of the discipline that we have. Thank you very much again. Just in case you have any other question, or you always remember to to put in the comment section, and I'm going to be able to actually have Thomas's Instagram ID down in the description part, just in case you want to get connected to him and have more questions. Feel free to do that. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
It's great to have you again here.
Thank you too.